Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It is July the 4th, 2024. To all my American friends that may be watching, happy Independence Day to you. Well, today isn't going to be a stamp video or a post-crossing video or a festival. My sister's in town. My sister Carolyn is here, and you may remember her from previous videos that she's been in if you've been watching for some time. Well, she's here. We're going to go have lunch. I thought I'd bring you guys along with me for the ride, and we're going to do not touristy things, but we're going to go to a tourist area. So you'll get a chance to see that, and we might have some food while we're out because we're going for lunch. So we're going to have some food. There's my sister.
Hello.
She's smelling the grass. She's looking at the grass. It's mostly weeds. Yeah, I know it's time.
Beautiful.
It looks
I've
pretty.
been trying to grow that thyme for a long time. And I don't have the...
Alright, so we are off,
Hello.
Carolyn and I.
Hello.
We are going to go to Magnetic Hill. So we're not going to be tourists. We're just going to go and have lunch.
Hang
but
out.
in a touristy spot, and you can kind of see what we do and what we talk about when we're together.
We talk about all sorts of good stuff.
So yeah.
Do you know that Mr. Gupta did Magnetic Hill on his bicycle? When you were allowed
When he
to
first
just...
came to town.
The first
So
few years.
Mr. Gupta is Carolyn's father-in-law.
That's right.
So just to give you an idea where we're at.
Yeah. And they used to live in Moncton, and Magnetic Hill used to be free. And it was a dirt road, and you could drive it and see the water. What was it, like the ravine?
Yeah, flow uphill.
Flow uphill. Well, he decided he wanted to see what it was like on a bicycle, and he did it on a bicycle, and it really impressed him. So I was thinking of him yesterday about that, thinking, oh yeah, he did that on his bike. And now you have to pay.
Yes.
And it's all paved, and I don't know if it feels the same thing.
I don't think it is all paved. I think it's paved to a point, and then
Maybe.
you have dirt.
How much
after
is
that.
it? Is it expensive?
I don't know. It's been a little while since I've taken anybody there.
Is it something that we should do today for your viewers?
I don't know. That's up to you. I mean, this is just lunch, so
Okay, this is just lunch.
if you
lunch
want to
with
go
my
do
sister.
it,
No, I don't know. And you asked
can
me
do
that,
it.
and he said it's expensive. I said, oh, we won't be doing
I'm going to turn the camera around after a bit, and you can actually see where we're driving, and
that.
then
Exactly.
see
as
what
opposed
Magnetic
to
Hill looks like and stuff.
Watching me drive. So hi, everybody. I'm visiting from St. John.
So St. John is about an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and a half, depending on how quickly you drive
On the Bay of Fundy.
and how far into St. John you're going from Moncton. And yeah, so it's not too far away.
St. John used to be the 6th largest port in the world.
Okay. It still has cruise ships that go in there.
But what happened is that they discovered how to put icebreakers on ships, and so they were able to break the ice on the St. Lawrence River. And because they were able to do that, that opened up the port of Montreal all year round. And the other problem was St. John believed that the wooden boats were here to stay. And so when the other people were building steel boats, St. John was kind of behind the tide of that. Didn't quite catch on, and so we are no longer the 6th largest port in the world.
Yes, there was a lot of shipbuilding that went on in this area. And St. John is one of the oldest cities around, too.
It's the oldest incorporated city in Canada.
There you go.
There you go.
It used to be the largest city in New Brunswick.
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
It's Moncton.
We won't talk about that anymore. But it's the home of the largest tides of the world, so it still has some things. But yeah, we're no longer the largest.
And you've been in St. John how long now?
I've been in St. John since 1997.
Okay.
So we'll let you people do the math, because I teach.
Carry the 6.
You want me to go this way? Which way do you want me to go?
Yeah, let's go down Mountain Road.
Okay.
Here, we'll flip this around. You can see us driving along.
Whee!
And I'll try to keep the camera as steady as possible with my shaky hands, no promises.
Doesn't that help, that pole?
No, this does not help.
It doesn't.
No, this is purely for an extension of the camera and holding it in place. It doesn't have any shock absorbers or... If it did, it would have some sort of attachment up at the top that would be a stabilizer for motion.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a cheapy thing that has worked well for many years for me. So I've replaced it once because the original one fell off on the golf course and I couldn't find it. And then...
Do you still golf?
From time to time, I get invited out, so... I can't remember if I went last summer or not.
We went fishing.
Yeah, we've gone fishing last
Serena
couple of years.
wants you to take her fishing.
I don't have any of the fishing gear, though. My friend that I go fishing with is fully stocked, and I use all his stuff.
So we were walking with Serena. They were doing fishing at Rockwood Park in St. John.
Okay.
They have a fish derby day in May. I think I don't know what day it is, but someday in May they have a fish derby day, and everyone can go fishing in the
lake.
In the lake. And Serena said, "I want to go fishing," and you know, and I both said, "We don't do that." But your Uncle Rob does that, so you talk to him.
Now I do catch and release. I don't keep
Do you
anything.
know catch and release is a misnomer? Do you know that about catch and release?
No, I actually do it.
No, I know.
I release it.
But you know,
A misnomer would mean that I secretly kept it.
No, the
I did
misnomer is the idea that the fish survive.
Yes, not all fish. I can tell you that not all the fish that we release
They don't survive. That's right.
because they've been injured with the hook.
Exactly.
But not all fish that were caught with the hook pass away.
It was quite a thing when I learned that. We went to a fish on a boat in Hampton, New Brunswick, and we were doing fishing.
Which is on the way to St. John.
And it was catch and release. And I said, "Oh, this is lovely." And the lady said, "Well, you know, most of these fish are going to die anyways." And I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah, the shock of it all and the hooks and all that kind of stuff." It didn't help.
Very happy thoughts.
It was. It really kind of put a different perspective on it. Anyways, what are we supposed to be talking about? Maybe not.
We're not supposed to be talking about anything. It's just us talking.
There's not an agenda.
We are not recording to be hamming it up or anything. I just figured I would take some people along with us as we did it.
I don't know if I've been to the Wharf restaurant.
I've never eaten in the Wharf restaurant, so this is going to be new for both of us. I just know it's there, and it's been redone completely because the Wharf was falling into the disrepair, so they fixed everything up. And
this is in the Wharf Village, right?
Yeah, so there's like a couple of craft shops and touristy spots there, and
there
there's
used
a little
to
restaurant
be
there.
Another restaurant at Casale worked there. There used to be a restaurant when you first went to the Splash. What's the Magic Mountain?
Magic Mountain, yeah.
There was a restaurant there that wasn't more than just fish and chips, and Sally worked there for a summer. I don't remember what it was called though.
Sally's Carolyn's best friend. Well, I knew it was probably Carolyn's best friend now. I don't know, but
He's my husband.
there you go.
Sally's a good friend from high school. He's been my friend for a long, long time.
Long time. So this is Mountain Road now. We're going up. We're heading into the north end of Moncton,
It's got my
which has
favorite
changed quite a bit over the years, especially since we first moved to Moncton.
Where's the new Korean barbecue? Is that still here?
No, that has moved to the other end of Mountain Road now.
I want to try this.
There is some other great place coming up here, Orion's. We'll see that just coming up after this racetrack gas station. It is a fusion restaurant. We love that. We eat there a lot.
You still go there as much?
Yeah.
I like Jitter Bean Cafe.
Yes.
That's owned by a Korean family.
We'll be
It's down
coming
here.
by that too.
Yeah.
Daya and I went in here to Guy Frenchie's, which is a second-hand store. She wanted to do some thrifting while she was here. She found something.
She found some good
She found
stuff.
an outfit for like $5.
Oh, that's good.
So there's Orion. So we like eating there.
Yeah.
In this place here next to Shoppers Drug Mart and Lounsbury's, where there's a multicolor rooftop over there. That used to be a great Korean restaurant.
It's not anymore.
Well, they've moved out, so the name is still on the panel. The new place hasn't moved in yet. I think it's going to be a taco place.
Oh, is it?
But they've moved down to the other end of Mountain Road into an old Chinese restaurant.
Okay. No, I'd like to try Korean barbecue. I've never had it. I've always wanted to try it.
We'll do that. We found a great
There's
one in
Jitter Bean.
Halifax. We were in Halifax on the weekend.
Oh, yeah. You were there overnight?
Yeah, we went down Friday because Daya wanted to see one of her friends before she flew out on Sunday.
Right.
So we went down and spent the night with Johnny and Patricia, and we went out to a Korean restaurant for supper, and they have robots bring you the food.
Oh, wow.
It was really cool.
Wow.
And it was really good too.
Yeah, it was good too. Good and cool.
Yeah. So we'd heard about robot cafes before. We didn't realize this was one when we went there. We just went because it was a Korean restaurant.
So how does it work?
You have a little tablet at your table,
Yeah.
and then you punch in what you want to order.
Right.
And we ordered the all-you-can-eat.
Bring us everything.
So, which Gives you everything except for if you want beef things, it costs you $7 extra.
Oh, it doesn't give you beef.
So we figured, oh, well, we'll just stick with all the pork options and we'll have all the appetizers because all that stuff's part of it.
All the side dishes.
Yeah, and that was more than enough food for all of us. Now we each had to have all you can eat because you couldn't just, I'll get the all you can eat and I'll just have a salad.
Exactly.
So we can't do that.
Okay, yeah.
So we each had that. And then when you order it off the tablet, once you confirm it, the little robot brings it to your table.
What do you mean? Like a little...
Like
a vacuum cleaner robot comes?
Well,
or?
a bit more than that. It's a robot that has two like tables, two serving trays on it, a top and a bottom, and the food is on that.
Yeah.
And it has little eyes on it.
Okay.
So it's kind of blinking at you when it's dropping things off. And
does it actually put it in front of you?
No, it just comes right up to the table, and then you take it off the trays.
So do they send it from the kitchen?
They send it from the kitchen with all the stuff on.
So they load it up in the kitchen and then send it out.
Yeah, and it's got your table number on the robot, so you can see that your table 4 is your robot.
So you don't have to tip?
You don't tip him, no. We talked to him, even though he didn't respond really. Thank you very much.
Did you do a video of that?
I do have video of it, so maybe I will pop it in here so you can see what he looks like anyways.
Do that, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't spend a lot of time just...
Was it a little unnerving?
The robot?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. We made a joke because there was a real person that came in, a hostess, that came in and told us how everything worked to begin with. And then once she left, Johnny said, "Isn't she lifelike?" so she wasn't the robot. But... So it's kind of neat. You get all your stuff, you hit a little button on it saying confirm, and then he goes away. Okay. So he doesn't just sit there and watch you eat.
So does he come back and say...
He'll only come back if you order more stuff.
Oh, so he doesn't check to make sure everything's okay. What if you had a complaint?
There's a button on the table if you want to talk to a real person. They will come over. And we did have a real person come on a regular basis asking us how our meal was and if there's anything. Okay. So it wasn't like we were completely without a person. Oh. It's just the service all came by robot.
Huh. That would be interesting to experience. That would be interesting to experience. Good old Halifax.
Yeah, so I'll put a little clip in so you can see what the little robot looks like at least.
Yeah. And you guys got back on Sunday?
No, we got back on Saturday. We went down Friday. Shanda left work early. Yeah. She got off a couple hours early. We drove down, dropped day off at a friend's, then went over to Johnny and Patricia's, talked for a little bit, and then we walked to where we were having supper, and then came home, hung out till about midnight when I was basically falling asleep on the couch because they were telling us about their trip. They spent 4 months in Mexico in the winter. So because of his job, he works in the movie business, but he also does a lot of voice. He does a lot of voice work too, so they can do that from anywhere. So they decided they'd take the winter and go to Mexico.
Oh, very nice. What does she do?
She does the same thing. She does voice work.
Oh, they do it together.
Yeah.
Here's your casino.
There's the casino with the red roof. And then in the back of the Amsterdam Inn, there's a bunch of full charging stations there, so I've used those before I had my own. Those fast chargers. Yeah, they were handy. There's Dad's favorite spot, IHOP. Yeah. The International House of Pancakes, for those of you who don't know what IHOP is.
Yeah. Our dad was very excited when it came to Moncton. That was one place he wanted to try. I don't know why. It was a shock to us. I mean. And when he went there, he didn't order pancakes. Remember when we went? You ordered pancakes.
I ordered everything.
I think it was the idea. It was a memory of what he had done maybe once in the States. Or,
maybe.
I don't know. It was very odd to us.
It was out of the norm for Dad.
Yeah, just like his donair. It was out of the. I really wanted donair. Okay. Remember he wanted that for Father's Day, and then he had it, and he wasn't all that excited. But he ate it.
Probably doesn't hurt that he doesn't really have much in the way of taste buds anymore. So
no,
all kind of taste the same.
No. Except for sweets. He can taste sweets. He can't taste savory, but he can taste sweets. So if you gotta lose something, lose the savory.
Yeah, save the sweets.
I don't know if I should say this on camera or not.
Well, if you don't want to, don't say it.
I just don't know if you know the news. Talk to your cousin.
I don't know what the news is. You let me know if this is something you want to put out for the rest of the world to hear or not.
I'll tell you after you switch it off.
There you go. So
you guys can't know.
Some things you get, I don't know. If it's a privacy thing, I don't want to throw it out there. If the family doesn't really want to have their laundry aired.
So let's talk about Rob's laundry. Yeah.
So we are coming up to Magnetic Hill. That's where we are now. We've got a McDonald's over there.
This has changed a lot since when we grew up here.
Yes. Yeah, there's a Burger King, Kentucky Fried Chicken over
This
there.
was all just
Grass, pretty much.
grass and trees. There was a zoo. Oh, I heard.
Even Magnetic Hill. The Magnetic Hill was there, and the zoo's been there for a long time.
It was
But
Magnetic Hill and just the zoo.
Yeah,
That's
Magic
all.
Mountain came in what year, would you say?
Well, like I said, Sally worked there, so that was when we were in high school.
So we're like mid-80s.
We're mid-80s, yeah.
So it's probably 40 years old at
Yeah,
least now.
Yeah. No, it wasn't there when we were growing
And
up.
it's expanded. It's not the same, just the water park. And everything that was in Crystal Palace, which was an indoor amusement park at the mall, is up there now.
Oh, is it?
There is a boardwalk, a butterfly world,
A
carts
terrorized.
all over here.
Poor Serena, she hated
She
butterflies.
doesn't like Ari doesn't like butterflies either. So,
Yeah. I thought she'd really like it, but not so much.
so there you got go-karts over
Yeah.
there. And there's a driving range, and there's a place to get ice cream and cotton candy.
If you like butterflies landing on you, there's a butterfly.
And bumper boats.
Here we go. Here's the big magnet. Feel the pull. The pull.
So there you go. The zoo,
pull.
Magic Mountain, Wharf Village.
Pulling
and
your money out of your
it's all
wallet.
here.
Now, I don't know if Rob knows. He may know. Do you know that
There's
you
the
have
Magnetic
2
Hills
new
sign.
zebras?
I do know that there's new
Oh.
zebras there
Which
and
way-
some monkeys
okay,
too.
now which
So
way
we're
am I
going
going?
across the covered bridge. So those colored those Wharf Village, that's where we're going to eat. Here's a covered bridge that gets you into the
Now, you're supposed to
amazement.
honk
Yes.
when it's 2 ways.
Yes,
And
this
that,
is one way going one direction.
that lets people know that you're coming through.
Lots of covered bridges here, that's why we have one there. Straight ahead is the zoo. I don't think we're going to be doing that today.
No.
but
They have a little.
one
Do
day.
they still have a little train?
They don't have the train anymore. No, it's gone.
So here's the original sign for Magnetic Hill.
Yep.
I don't even know how you get there.
Just go in here.
How
Oh,
do
no,
you
no.
get
We've passed where you enter for
Oh, that's
Magnetic
the
Hill.
other one.
Yes, if we'd not gone across the covered bridge and gone straight, we would have went to
The place where you
the
pay.
Magnetic.
All right.
We're wandering into Magnetic Hill, the Wharf Village. You can see some buoys, however you want to call them. I'll call them buoys.
What else would you call them? Boys?
I don't know, different pronunciations for words. I get that told all the time that I sound like I'm a Canadian, and I
You
am.
are a Canadian, so it'd be sing.
Here's a idea of Magnetic. So Magnetic Hill in the 1950s.
This was our car. You can see Eric, Janet, and Carolyn, and Rob
We never
in the,
had a car
Rob
like
in the
that.
front. But that's what it looked like.
We were in the 1950s.
It looked more like this.
And then here's more present day, even though it's 14 years ago. You can see that it's paved. And I think it's paved right down to there. So, maybe paved all the way. I won't show you what's above because it kind of gives away the magic. And I think I have done it once before. So,
I'm sure you have.
that gives away the magic. So,
But I still don't understand.
I'll explain it later on.
Oh, speaking of magic, on Parents' Day, we at the market, there was this wonderful magician there. And he was doing all sorts of really cool card tricks. And I never believed in magic before, but man, he was good.
Now you believe in magic. Yes. Gift shops on either side there and down the end.
You got a big lobster.
There's a big lobster that you can take your picture with. There's a big moose, I think, around the corner. There's a big puffin over there.
Oh, don't let me forget, I brought you a card from Mary.
Quebec, okay. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna eat, I guess.
You're gonna film us eating
So,
too?
yeah, maybe. We'll sit down for a minute. I'll get us in the restaurant and position us first. Hey, we have a buoy.
We're number 20.
This will bring our food that we've ordered.
What's a buoy, Rob?
What's a buoy? Will you hang it off so the boat doesn't hit it or it floats around? There you go, there's some food.
Excuse me, I have a lobster roll.
Lobster roll there?
Thank you.
And this is for you.
That's great, thank you very much.
Anything else I can bring?
I kind of a glass of water. Sure.
Do you want more cutlery? We only have one.
Maybe there's 2 in there.
That's happy. Oh, it's 2 for us. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, we're good. Hey, this is what I've got for you guys. So it's a lobster roll with a poutine. So poutine is fries, gravy, and cheese
In
curds.
Quebec. That's not Acadian cookies.
No, it's not a Canadian poutine, but we get what we refer to as the Canadian poutine. Everyone, when they talk about poutine, they think of this.
Unless you're an Acadian, and then you don't think of
No, then you think of this doughy
Really good.
potato. No, don't say really gross.
that. If you ever
It's
had
different.
poutine,
I have, yes. Don't hate it.
is it delicious?
It is different.
I had a big conversation when we were in Quebec City
Yeah.
with a lady who does poutine. And I said, you know, there are two types of poutines. And she said, what do you mean? I said, there's a Quebec poutine, which you're eating. And I said, then there's Acadia poutine. She said, what's the Acadia poutine? I said, well, let me tell you. Boil a potato? No, you grate a potato, and then you mush it into a ball, and you stick something inside, like meat or something, and then you boil that up, and then you have it over maple syrup or some type of syrup. And thank you very much. It's not to my taste.
No, everybody has different taste buds. There's also poutine à trous,
Oh, I don't know that.
which is more of a...
A crew?
No, it's got a circle. It's got a hole in it, right? And then everything's inside. It's more of a dessert.
Really?
Yeah,
Where's that from?
it's Canadian as well.
Is it? Peanut food.
And the cheese curds, they kind of have a squeaky sound when you bite into them if they're real.
Kind of rubbery, aren't they?
I'd say rubbery. But it's the difference. Some people make it and they just like shred cheese over top of it. And it's not.
Oh, I thought it had to be done with cheese curds.
Well, people say it's a poutine and do whatever they want, right? Just like this has got a lot of gravy.
I'm not big on poutines. Acadian, Quebec, or otherwise. It's too much.
It's a lot, but I got it for you guys. Now this has a plethora of.
That's not good.
It's gonna fall over the place.
Use a fork.
I will have to retry it.
And it actually has lobster in it.
Yeah, real Atlantic lobster.
Some lobster rolls have a little bit of lobster and a little bit of, what's the fake stuff that they use in crab meat? What's that called? Tilapia? No, pollock?
All I know is that
This is real thing.
the gravy from the poutine has gone into the bun,
Soggy.
so it's soggy. Yeah.
So what did you do for Canada Day? What sort of events? St. John has a great Canada Day celebration.
What did you do first while you?
We did a lot.
Okay. What did you do?
So we had Anu got t-shirts for him.
All of mine.
Anu is my. Anu got t-shirts for Serena and himself through Cheerios.
Okay.
The Cheerios had a promotion that if
You
you
send in the box tops?
yeah, we
Okay.
got 2 t-shirts for the 2 of them, and I had my t-shirt. So we got all dressed up in red. We had put temporary tattoos on, and then we went uptown, and they had this great thing at the city market where they had free face painting, and they had city market cookies, but then they had this magician.
Mhm.
Let me tell you about the magician, because he was
This is the
fantastic.
one that made you believe in magic.
Made me believe in magic. So Serena was getting her face painted, and I was trying to focus on her. He's like, oh, he said, Kim, I want to show you this magic trick. I'm like, look, I got to focus on my daughter. He's like, no, it's okay, she's okay. He says, this is a one-handed card trick. So he takes out his cards and he puts it all in one hand. He has his hand behind his back. And he says, pick a card. So Anu and I are like, I'm not focusing, so I'm focusing on Serena. And I'm like, I don't know. He said, do you find a card? Sure. And he said, what's your card? I said, I don't know, something red. And Anu said, I think it was 3 of whatever's red.
Hearts.
3 of hearts, for example. Yeah. And he goes, is this your card? And it was 3 of hearts. And I'm like, first, so I said, okay. He said, no, I've got better ones. So then Serena comes, so then he has a string. And he says, put your ring on the string. And then he just kind of pulls the ring through the string. And that wasn't as impressive.
Yeah.
And then he gets this really cool card game. It's very good. It's very, very good. He said, Serena, pick a card. So she picks a card. He says, write your name on it. So she wrote Serena on it. And he wrote the date on it. He said, that's going to be your card. So he said, shuffle and put it wherever you want to put it. So she puts it wherever she wants to put it. And he goes, shake it, shake it, shake it. Poof. It's on the top of the pile. And we're like, okay. Obviously, he's distracting us and something happens. He says, do you want to see it jump now? Sure, let's see it. And he says, oh, by the way, I'm going to put this tin can way over here. Just this little tiny tin can, way over here. And just remember, it's over there. Okay, it's over there. So he's like, okay, do you want to see your card jump? We're like, sure. So he's like, Serena, put in the, so she puts it in, and he goes, shaky, shaky. And you see it jump to the top of the pile. You see it jump, and you're like, whoa. He said, that's going to blow your mind. He said, go get the tin. Like, what do you mean the tin? The tin, he opens the tin, her card is folded up inside the tin. Like minutes of, like when he had a chance to fold, because he would have had to take it.
Yeah.
Fold it, stick it in the tin, put it way over there. Blew our minds. And that was one of the best things. So we did that, and then We walked down, they had some stuff going on, music at Area 506. This is the container village down by the waterfront, which is really
So they've
cool.
taken a whole bunch of sea containers and turning them into gift shops and craft places.
Where the cruise ships come.
Yeah.
So we walked around there. It was okay, but there seemed to be a lot more crowds there. So then, I always like to find free cake. That's my Canada Day tradition. So we have a place in West St. John called Martello Tower. Martello Tower is our famous.
I've shown it in videos before.
Okay, so they know what Martello Tower is. So we went there. They had a huge slab cake because hardly anybody goes over there. So we had good cake. We brought Bindi there, our dog. We met up with some friends, and Serena put her name. Oh, we went to Fort Latour. That would be a good video. You know what Fort Latour is? They've made a replica of this fort in St. John. In the 1600s, St. John was a very, very common port for trading, right? And so the French had this fort called Fort Latour, and they would go and trade beaver pellets for France. Well, the gentleman who was the head of it, his name was Charles Latour, and he brought his wife over. Her name was something, Madame Latour. That's what all I know,
Right.
Madame Latour. Well, he decides he's going to take off and go do other stuff, and leaves her at the fort with some men to protect the fort. Well, he's off doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
Another French settler decides he's going to take the fort. So he comes and attacks the fort, and Madame Latour defends the fort in the 1600s by herself with these men for 3 days. At the end of the 3 days, they're losing. They know they're going to lose, and she says, "Listen, I'll surrender the fort, but you have to guarantee that my men will stay alive." So this other guy says, "Sure." Takes over the fort, and what does he do?
Kills them in.
Kills them in front of her.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds
And
like
she
a
dies.
1700s.
She dies 3 weeks later, and they say of a broken heart, but probably of something else because they probably didn't treat her very well. So, anyways, they've replicated, but it's all about women power, right? And how strong she was. And so we went there because it was free, and they were having sea shanties, and they were having this lady who travels between King's Landing and all these different historical villages and makes bread. So she was making breads and pies and pizza in this oven. So we got a little snack. Then we went to Fort Latour, we had cake, we had more cake, and then Serena won.
How many pieces of cake did you have?
2,
Okay.
because it was a huge slab cake and nobody was there. So I said, "Can I have another piece?" And they said, "Sure." So that's where we always go to get our cake. So we did that. Serena ended up winning their Canada Day prizes because there weren't a whole lot of people there. Then we went home. We
What
had
was the prize?
I don't know. We have to pick it up on Friday. I think it's a book bag and a Parks Canada beach towel.
Okay.
Then we had a barbecue and we set up our hammock. We had strawberry milkshake. And that was our Canada Day.
Sounds like a good candidate.
It was a good Canada Day. What did you do?
So I'm finished my lunch, so we can go now. I wished it off.
So you wanted to hear about my Canada Day?
Yeah. So our Canada Day was not quite as eventful as yours, but we decided Ari had gone off. He was with his girlfriend, so it was just Fanda and I.
Huh?
And we went to go for a drive, so we took the car and we went down to Memramcook.
Oh.
And we are going to go to Dorchester and things, and I just saw a sign for a nature park. I don't ever remember a nature park there in Memramcook. So
Is it new?
I wouldn't say it was new based on the park itself. There was some boards telling you about the nature you might see when you walk around the park. Good, yeah. Oh, yes, thank you. So yeah, not new because some of the information boards are kind of faded over time and stuff. But it was well taken care of. The trails were all manicured. There was garbage cans. There was bags if you had pets that you can clean up after them. There were outhouses. There were some lookout points with
Oh, very
picnic
sanitized.
tables.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, really nice. It says it has 5 kilometers of trails. So when we first got there, we were like, okay, let's just do, let's say, the Orange Trail.
Are they circuit trails?
Yeah, so it'll all get you back to the parking lot.
Okay.
But as we walked it, we realized we were going way quicker if we do it. So we did basically the whole outside perimeter of the park. And it took us about 30 to 40 minutes.
Was it hot?
It wasn't too hot because we were in the shade of all the trees. It was kind of buggy though. So the horse flies and the mosquitoes were out. Because it had been raining before and now it's hot, so now they're all active. So there was that. That's what it. After we finished there, we drove back to Moncton, and I fired up the barbecue, and we did up some steaks and hamburgers and hot dogs, and Taya and Ari were over for that. So the four of us had a Canada Day meal, and then
Very good.
Taya and Ari went off downtown to go to the fireworks. And we, as old people, we sat on the couch and watched some shows, and it was a work night for me, so I went to bed. So it was very low key.
It wasn't a work night for Shannon?
Well, it was work night for her too, but she doesn't start as early in the morning, so she doesn't have to go to bed as early.
How are your trip planning coming? Anything more finalized or it's all?
I think pretty much everything's finalized for our cruise in September. We just have to do the excursions. We haven't done that yet. I did buy a little book at the second-hand shop when I was out with Dana. We talked about cruises and ports of calls that we'd be going into. And so
Do they
things
give
to
you
look at.
the excursions or do you have to plan your own excursions?
No, there's short excursions you can book, or you can book them through the cruise line. And they give you a list of all the ones that they do and how much they cost. And so it's all extra. We're only going to 4 ports, so we're probably not going to do an excursion at every port.
What are your ports again?
Dubrovnik, Zadar, Santorini, and Athens. Those are the 4. So 2 in Croatia and 2 in Greece.
How many days do you have in Athens? Just one day?
Just 1 day in each of those ports. And then the other days are sea days. So we'll do the Acropolis and things. That will be a day that we pay for an excursion. So we can see all those things, the market. And then maybe one place in Croatia too, probably not Dubrovnik. I think we're just going to walk around the walled city and look for places that sell baked goods and that sort of stuff. We're going to eat lots of meals on the ship, so we figure that
It's all paid for.
yeah, it's all part of our cost, so we don't need to spend extra money when we're at the port that's a call, other than we want to eat some of the local sweets. So we're supposed to try to lose some weight between now and September so we can gain it all back again.
Now, will they give you a lunch box? Like when you get off the cruise, like off the ship, you take them back up for lunch?
I don't know. I don't know if that's an option or not. Having been first time on a cruise, I don't.
That would be a question I would ask.
Yeah.
We pay for all this. Are you going to give us a lunch box to take on? Maybe like this one.
Yeah, no, it's possible. It's a good question to ask. Do that.
You have to pay for drinks, you said.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a drink package. We haven't finalized what we're gonna do yet for that. So, because we don't know, if you go to every buffet meal, and some of you guys may know this, do you get juices and waters and pops free at the buffet, and then maybe if you're just walking around the ship, you just have to pay for them at the different stations? Because if you get a pop package, and you both have to get one, like
You can't share.
you can't share, and I'm really the only one who drinks pop, so getting a pop package for Shannon doesn't make sense. Getting a coffee package for her makes sense, because I'm not going to drink coffee, but she will. So that's what we're unsure about.
It's funny, you would think all that would come with the buffet. You would think, coffee, you think a drink package would just be for alcohol. You would think soft drinks and water and juice should be free.
Yeah. But there's different packages for that stuff. So we don't know if we say, no, we're not going to do a drink package. Whether that means all we get is water at every meal, or whether
Maybe you don't
means,
even get water.
maybe
Are you thirsty?
drink from the toilets. So yeah, being novices, it's going to be a learning experience. But we'll take lots of
Well, you have a lot of
there.
European viewers, don't you? Send him the answer to those questions.
Order our food, okay?
All right. How is it?
We're gonna go outside again after. We're just gonna sit here to eat, okay? Just so
That's good. The burger was good, the fries were good.
we're gonna sit.
I was impressed with the lobster roll. I had so much lobster in it.
I was quite impressed with that chicken. 'Cause that's, you never quite sure.
Yeah. The poutine was a good poutine. Had all the great ingredients. Tell you what, fries? Coleslaw.
Fries. Too much.
Where do you sit? Where do you want
Good
me
fries.
to sit? Right there?
They're very good fries.
And you saved room for beaver tails?
I don't like it.
What?
It's too fried. It's not on.
It is on.
No, he said he turned it off.
No, it's on.
No, it's not fried. Because it's not chocolate, that's the point.
It can be chocolate, but Nutella. That's the one you get. You don't get the salt or the.
I'd rather chocolate ice cream.
We can take you by the beaver tail so you can
But
see
you
what
could
one
get a
looks like.
beaver tail if you wanted to.
I don't have to have a beaver tail.
He wants a beaver tail. You can tell
I just wanna show
he's
you
starting
what
to pout now because I don't want a beaver tail.
I just wanted to show them what they look like.
Yeah. We'll get him a beaver tail.
They might have ice cream.
They probably will. Where are the beaver tails? Down there?
No, it's not in the Wharf Village. It's in front of Magic Mountain. So it used to be at the bottom. They used to have it right in the corner. I think we've been there before next to the ice cream parlor. Now it's up at Magic Mountain.
We have to go into Magic Mountain.
Nope, right before you go in. That's the first thing you see. You have to walk by beaver tails in order to get in.
Wow, so intriguing. You know, I've never been to Magic Mountain.
You've never been up?
I've never been to Magic. There's nothing about Magic Mountain that appeals to me.
Not even went super fast on the side to have
That
your bathing
appeals.
come right up.
That appeals to me the most, as the least.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing about it. No, I shouldn't say nothing about it. I wouldn't mind the lazy river trail.
Yep.
We just sit in a,
Inner tube and float around.
and I'd like to see what the wave pool is. But it sort of makes me feel like a tsunami coming, and not, but that big drop. You did that.
No, I've never done the Kamikaze yet.
Did Ari do it?
Ari's done it, yeah.
Has he done it multiple times or just once?
Well, anyway, probably he's done it multiple times. I don't know how many times he's been there. Huh? 3 or 4 times he's probably been to the park in his life.
Yeah. No, I was surprised. I thought Serena would want us to go. I don't.
Oh, my hat's too hot.
I think for us, it's more about going to the beach here.
Yeah.
Like going to the water park in Summertime.
No. We never went to, well, water parks weren't part of our.
Done with anything here that I can take?
Yeah,
I'm all done with
Awesome.
that. That's awesome. Thank you very, very much. No, it wasn't. Like, we didn't come with here.
I think Magic Mountain, or at least the water park portion of it, is more for tourists than it is for locals. I think locals, when it gets hot, we go to the beach.
We go to the beach. We go to Parliament.
Yeah, it's free.
We find the free beach.
But certainly as families, like teenagers might go there and hang out for a day. It's expensive.
It's very expensive. People from St. John drive down with their kids to go to Magic Mountain. So you're right. I think it's more of a. I'm bringing my like Kathy and Brian. They used to when they'd come, they'd go to Magic. They always went to Magic Mountain.
We'll say with Crystal Palace.
Same with
Crystal
Crystal
Palace was a huge
Palace.
draw.
Same with Crystal Palace, but it was only for tourists.
Crystal Palace was more for locals because it was indoors. So in the winter time, if you wanted some place to take your kids, you go to Crystal Palace.
Would you say everything at Crystal Palace is here?
Almost everything is here. The rest of it's at Sanskrit and PEI.
What about the little roller coaster?
I think that's a PEI.
Want to walk around?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. So we've
Magic
left
Mountain.
Wharf Village. there is Magic Mountain. You can just see the tops of all the shaded areas along. I guess that's the wave pool on the other side of that, and then the lazy river is here.
Oh, and those are the inner tubes for the
All
lazy.
the slides are up there,
Yeah.
water slides. And then the mini golf course here, there's 18 holes there now.
Oh, it's 18 holes.
Yeah, they've expanded it all.
I have golf there. That's where I've discovered I'm not much of a golfer.
Look, there's a moose.
A moose is loose.
If you had keen eyes, you'd also see that there was deer in there and all sorts of other things.
Where did I hear recently that there was a moose? Was it Fredericton?
There's beaver tails.
There was a moose walking through downtown, and there's like this crazy moose virus that moose and deer think that it makes them feel a lot safer. And I don't know, some crazy story about a moose.
It is a crazy story.
Part of it's crazy is I can't really remember all the details.
So none of it is true.
Some of it is true.
Some of it's
But
true.
which parts are true, I can't
Yeah.
remember.
You've got all these people now saying, I'm not going to Canada, all the moose are crazy and they think they're humans. And
I didn't say that
they're rabid.
But they were kind of a little bit rabid. I think I'm going the wrong way.
No, you go that
There's a
way.
parking spot there.
There's got to be something closer than that.
When you get a beaver tail, you're going to walk for it.
So,
Burn those calories.
oh, even further.
You want me to try?
No, Park River.
You got to walk off your beaver tail.
I didn't have it yet.
You're going to walk off your lobster leg.
And that I got to do.
You gotta make room.
All right. What about this here?
I always think beaver tails are palace stuff.
So that's Crystal Palace up there.
Yeah, that's new.
We can walk up there before we go to Beaver Tail.
Don't you have to pay to go into it?
Well, we can walk up along the gate. We're not going to go in and
No.
get on the ride. There in the
Oh, there's
distance
the
is the kamikaze.
That's if you don't
Yeah.
mind having
Drop-
a bathing suit
drop.
in your throat.
Yeah, there's been more than one bikini top come flying off on that thing. And there are a few people here because it is a warm day.
But it's not as bad as what it could be in.
No, but it's still 29 degrees today.
It's not 29.
It is 29.
This
Well, this
isn't 29.
afternoon. It's supposed to, that's the height today. It's supposed to be 29 degrees.
Oh, that's nothing. We survived the heat dome in Quebec City.
Yes, in the 40s.
38 feels like 42.
So this is better for all the little
I
kids.
could do the merry-go-round.
All this stuff used to be inside. Well, and there's probably some new things too. Used to be inside Crystal Palace.
Yeah, well, I remember that curly thing.
Yeah, and the swings.
Well, that's what I remember, the swings. I couldn't do the swings.
And
I
there's a
could
train
do the,
over there, and there's bumper cars there. And then a climbing thing for little kids.
Do you know the first time I took Serena on a bumper car?
Yeah.
Bless her heart, they didn't strap her in properly. She got one bump and ka-ching, said, get me out of this. Yeah, so that was it for bumper cars.
So the things is like Superman where you lay down and they fly around.
Oh my
Those
stomach.
are fun.
Oh my
There's
stomach.
some spinner rides up there.
Nothing about this is fun.
There's
Bah humbug.
those twirly cars.
Makes me sick just looking at it. Oh, there's the Magnetic Hill Vineyard.
And there's the magnet if you want to just go up there and drink.
So do you think it started in Ottawa?
I think it started in Ottawa in 1978, I guess. All right, our beaver tail. So this is a half classic, half Nutella.
The disclosure is no beavers were harmed in the making of this.
It is a
And that's a joke I'm sure no one has ever said.
deep fried pastry.
Ugh.
No calories. Chocolate.
A bit like eating waffle. Very thin one.
It's very crispy. And this is a hack that you can get half and half. Some people don't realize that you can spice it up a bit.
Spice it up. Cinnamon, is it?
This one's cinnamon sugar on this side, and not the classic. And then Nutella on the other side.
So we were saying, where have we run into beaver tails? I first ran into them on the
Rideau Canal.
Rideau Canal. They would
Ottawa.
have them ready for people who were skating on the Rideau Canal. I think I ran into them once at university. I can't remember when I was there and I was skating on the Rideau Canal. Must have been during university. Many, many moons ago.
Why were you in Ottawa?
I was in Ottawa because
You didn't go to university in Ottawa.
I didn't go to university in Ottawa. No, that's another story. I went to university in Kingston, Ontario, which was just down the road from Ottawa, and we had family who lived in Ottawa. So I think I got invited up, or maybe it was when my friend Sally, you've heard me mention her before, she moved to Ottawa and I'd visit her. I don't remember.
On the bike?
I had thought I would get a job in Ottawa after I graduated from university. But I graduated during a recession. And they sent resumes back for teachers. And why don't you try somewhere else?
And what do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living? I photobomb my brother's YouTube videos. No, I'm an English as a second, English as an additional, English as an alternative language instructor. And I work at UNB on the St. John campus, at St. John College. I've been there since 1997.
So who would need your assistance?
Less people than used to, apparently. No, international students who are coming to go to university at UNB but don't have enough English language to be successful yet in their academic studies. They come to us first. We help them with their language.
UNB is what?
UNB is the University of New Brunswick. And right now we have two campuses, one in Fredericton and one in St. John, that I know of.
The main campus is in Fredericton because Fredericton's the capital of New Brunswick.
The largest campus is in Fredericton. They like to think they're the main campus, yeah. Yeah, the mothership is in Fredericton, and we're the baby ship in St. John.
In the height of your teaching in St. John, how many students would you have had?
Oh, we had over 200.
In the whole program, but not you teaching all 200. What was your class size? That's right, getting at.
Oh, maximum usually was 15. But we had other class sizes that were larger, but that's the maximum I've ever had.
And on an overview, where did what different countries did your students come from?
Well, first they all seemed to all come from China, but I had students from Japan and Korea, lots from China, and then we had a contract with the Saudi government and some Saudi companies, and we had a huge wave of students from Saudi Arabia. And then
I'm still listening. I'm just going to go way over here.
I'm used to this. I get started talking and people walk away. And now we're back to just, COVID has been hard on a lot of language schools across Canada. COVID has not been helpful. And so now we have students again. We have students from China. Mostly China.
And Colombia and some Central American
we've had sporadic. We've had some students from South America, some from Mexico, some from Europe. But the predominant groups have always been Korea, Japan, China, and Saudi Arabia.
All right.
That's really all.
We're going to move on now.
We're going to keep going.
All right, we're leaving Magic Mountain now.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah, we saw our little Crystal Palace rides. We've had our beaver tail, our lobster roll, our poutine, our burger and fries.
Very healthy start to the day.
Yeah, not good for the diet, but what I do for you.
I parked far away, so you had to walk to get your beaver.
And we got to walk around the
Exactly.
playground area a bit.
Exactly.
Then we ran into the director of operations.
That was interesting, yeah.
I didn't interview him. I probably could have asked, but it wasn't about him today. It was about us.
He was quite chatty. I bet he would have been interviewed.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have.
He was quite chatty.
Oh, if you go down here, not you, but
Okay.
that is the concert site and the papal site. So when Pope John Paul II came to Moncton, they created this site down there for him to speak at to the masses. And then right next to it, they built a concert site where bands like AC/DC, the Rolling Stones, and U2 have gone and played in front of 100,000 people.
It's not a natural partnership.
No, they don't go hand in hand. But they do sit side by side in the field. It's been a little while since we've had a concert there. An even longer time since a pope has come to visit.
Is it like, oh, am I turning down here?
We're going to turn down here, yeah.
Where does this road go?
Eventually it'll take you out towards Shediac.
Oh, is this the old Shediac Road?
No, this is Upper Mountain Road. And it will connect with... Actually, it won't take you all the way to Shediac. It'll take you close to where the new Costco is. It'll connect up with that highway and towards Tankville.
Towards Whatville?
Tankville.
What's Tankville?
Well, that's the community that is just north of where Costco is.
Is that a real community?
It is a real community. It has a sign. It's called Tankville.
Has it always been there?
The sign or the community?
Well, both.
It's been there for a long time, yeah. Because if you continue up that, you go to Irishtown.
I've
the
heard of
next one up.
Irishtown. I've
Irishtown's
heard
the
of
next town up, yeah.
I've heard of it. Irishtown. That's
Where the
they
nature
have.
park is.
That's where they have the little pony place.
The pony place.
Well, they have miniature ponies, miniature horses.
Miniature horses, okay. Could be.
That came in. Remember they came to visit Mom and
Oh
Dad?
yes, they came to the home. Yeah, that's right. I wasn't there for that.
No, I wasn't there. Oh yes, I was there for that.
You were-
Because I remember the boots. And I remember it was during COVID and I had to kind of hide, but I really wanted to see these. They said, you can go in that room.
They've had all sorts of things come in there. Alpacas and people bringing their dogs and
Cats.
there have been cats too.
Yeah, they have bunnies.
No hedgehogs in there yet.
No hedgehogs in there yet. No. There's always a
Problem is
first.
when Polo's awake, they're all asleep.
Exactly.
So,
Or should be.
and I've been told I need to get Polo on these videos more, so he may make some more appearances.
Is he camera shy?
I don't think he's camera shy. He has this problem that when you wake him up, he wants to go to the bathroom, so you don't want to have that on camera.
No. You could have him swimming while he goes to the bathroom,
You can.
though. Oh,
They'll
this
make
is
an
where
appearance
it
again.
is.
So this is Crandall University.
Oh, yes.
This is our English university
I
in
haven't
town.
come out from this area before. I know where we are now.
Okay.
We come up by second time. The Mountain Road, right?
So there'd be about, what, 1,000 students that go to this
Well,
school?
it might be. It's got
somewhere around that
It's
range,
got a
800
very
to 1,000.
good reputation. Their Faculty of Education does very, very well. Most of their students get jobs quite easily.
They started as ABC, Atlantic
ABC.
Baptist College,
Yep.
and then they became Atlantic Baptist University,
Yeah.
and then they wanted to be a bit more secular, so they changed the name to Crandall University, opening to more people, but they still have a religious background to it.
They
So.
do.
And then the other university we have in town is Université de Moncton, which is, of course, our French university.
Oui, oui. What's Moncton? Because we talked about Moncton.
Bolton's College is another thing we have in town. You can go there if you want to become a police officer and things
Oh,
like that.
I
They
thought you
have
had to
those
go to
disciplines.
PEI to be a police officer, but you can come here.
Yeah, there's a campus here for that too.
There's your
I think
Mapleton Road.
This
Park.
is a nice park in the city. One
I
of
never
a
knew
few.
about these parks growing up. Did you know about them growing up? I knew about Centennial Park.
No, we never went to
And
Mapleton
Jonesville.
Park.
I didn't
we
even know
stayed
this.
in our community.
I didn't even know this community.
A lot of the north end would seem so far away. Like right now, it's nothing. But to go to the north end, it seemed like you were going out into the sticks.
Yeah. So you're like, why?
And now this is like downtown almost. It was not quite downtown, but the city has expanded so much.
No,
There's
it
so
was
much
far.
growth around.
It was far from our house. We never came out here.
And if you didn't have a car, you weren't coming up this way either, right?
No, we only
Mom
came
and
up
Dad
this-
weren't driving all four of us to go to the
No.
park here when we had a park down the street.
We only
Bigger.
came up here when we would go to Magic Mountain. Or not Magic Mountain. When
Magnetic
we
Hill?
have company, and you'd bring them to Magnetic Hill to show them the. But it was funny.
Which we talked about. We may do another day. Do that in the zoo.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
Could be coming. I'll be back.
Maybe even this summer. Who knows? If you saw that old car going by, we have a big car show called the Atlantic Nationals
You
here
going
this
to that?
weekend. I will be at that. I'll start filming tomorrow.
Well, they had an old car at Mom and Dad's place.
Okay.
So obviously it was somebody's
Visiting.
and were showing their family member this old car.
They all arrived yesterday to register to be here. There's 2,000 cars registered.
Where? Halcyon?
No, downtown. So
Downtown?
tomorrow, all the streets on Main Street will all be closed off from the Avenir Center through past City Hall.
All the way down from the Avenir
Yeah,
Center.
and the crossroads will be closed, like Robson Street. All those, all lined with all the old cars, and you can go there for free. And they're having the Northern Pikes are coming and playing tomorrow
Really?
night. Yeah, it's a free
Down by
concert.
the waterfront?
I know they'll be playing at the Avenir Center in the outdoor theater, their stage they have there.
Wow.
There may be another stage that's set up too for them. I'm not sure, but
It's quite big.
could be. It's a big event. And then Saturday, all the cars move into Centennial Park, Saturday and Sunday. And it costs to go into that one, and they have them all divided up, and they'll have some special guest speakers that have to do with cars, and they'll have vendors if you want to buy car parts for your old cars. Or there's going to be a model car show as well there this year. That's the first time for that.
Order my Pronto. Sorry, you knew no Pronto, sister.
If you're watching. What else is there? Yeah. Oh, and then Saturday nights they do a parade. All the cars go down this road on Mountain Road, and so you can sit in your lawn chair in the back of your car and line the street and watch all the cars drive by.
Are you going to all these events?
I won't be going to all these events. No, Saturday right now is calling for rain, so if it does rain, I won't be in the park filming.
No.
I may go on Sunday and film with.
Would you go Friday?
I'll definitely go Friday and film because tomorrow's going to be nice and it's free, so it's a great time to go.
That's the right price. You want me to keep going down Main?
Yeah, just go straight down.
And turn by
Dixie.
Dixie. Now this is just a lot of development, a lot of growth.
Gives you a snapshot of what the city kind of looks like in the outskirts. This isn't downtown. This is
No.
we're more residential area.
It's busier
Away
than
from the
downtown though, isn't it? I mean, downtown, you don't think it's being that. It's not
this
that
time of day downtown a
commercial.
little more.
It's more businessy stuff downtown, right?
It's wide open here.
Yeah.
So we don't have any of the tall buildings. Not that
Yeah.
Moncton has tons of tall buildings, but everything is built low and out far. And now we're kind of changing the mindset of the city, and instead of building further out, we're starting to build up. So we're seeing smaller buildings come down and high rises go in.
Do you remember what the rule used to be in Moncton? About the height of the building?
Don't eat the Yellowstone.
Exactly. Never eat the yellow snow. No, but the height restrictions?
They couldn't be taller than the NBTEL Tower. Could be taller than the Assumption Place. I don't know.
Used to be they couldn't be taller than the cathedral.
Oh, the cathedral. That would have been my next guess.
You're wrong.
So the cathedral in town is the...
But having said that, I don't know if the NBTEL building is taller or Assumption
Oh wait,
Place is taller.
they're both taller.
So obviously that rule was given up a long, long time ago.
Assumption Place is the tallest building in Moncton. And
Eric is
has
much
been
better at doing
since
this.
the 70s.
I'm not very good at remembering facts. I remember facts sporadically, and Eric is always much better at just popping in the right fact.
So the cathedral here is the center of the Acadian
Yep.
Catholic community.
Yep.
So we're not sure what the exact name of the cathedral is. We just call it the cathedral.
Is it Assumption? I don't know.
I don't know. Assumption is the name of the insurance company.
It is. Maybe that's not what it's called. I just knew it as a cathedral by the fish market.
Yep. And you can tour that for free too. So one day we'll do that as well.
What, the fish market?
Yeah, the fish market. There we can see there's an old truck sitting in the Canadian Tire parking lot.
I should have ordered that. So next time I'll be down there.
Sure you don't want to stop?
No, because I have to order them. It's going to take half an hour to do that. I should get them. I should get back to Mom and Dad's.
This is going to be a long video, guys, so hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Have a little nap. I'd tell you a joke if I knew how to tell jokes.
Starts with words.
I forget the
There's Dairy
punchline.
Queen.
I get very excited when I tell a joke and then I forget the punchline. It all kind of goes downhill from there.
This is NBCC, the New Brunswick Community College, so another educational institution.
Moncton campus. Which is NBCC Dieppe and NBCC
They're all over the
St.
place.
John, Fredericton, Woodstock.
Sedaris Cafe.
There's Sedaris Cafe. Yeah, sorry. I didn't get it. Goodbye.
Bye,
See you next
everybody.
time.
Have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?